Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands and other appendages together for The Logical Idiots. Starring your hosts, the man beyond time, because he has none of it, Austin.
Well, our plan was to put these two scrawny girls right under the table while we were lifting it.
The man with 1,000 questionable opinions, Grant.
Shout out to Domino's, delivering pizzas to the wrong house since 1985.
And last but not least, the harbinger of death, the sword bearer, Mason.
I will break 2 of his legs for you.
He will break 2 of my legs.
Hello and welcome back to the Logical Idiots podcast. We got a lot to talk about today. Shire's not here with us, unfortunately. He's busy doing a Destiny 2 raid, I think. I don't know. He couldn't make it.
But
Grant
we lied last episode.
We did, because Grant's actually here this time. He's not gonna be here.
Right, I am.
He's not gonna be here the next 2 times.
It's because I'm the greatest to ever play the game. You know, can't have an episode without me.
So, first off, I want to talk about RLCS, right? We just had the Winter Major wrap up today. Like, we just got done watching it, me and Grant did. And holy shit, was it monumental. Alright, Mason, I'm gonna talk about this to you.
I'm sorry. Shire just made me lose all my brain cells.
Oh no, what did he say?
I did the "I'm here, you're here" gif, and he said "can't," as in I was saying I'm here at the podcast and you're not here.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of talk to you through about everything that's happened here, and so by the end of it, you'll understand the.
I don't think anything's gonna stick after that.
Probably not, but we'll see. All right, that's how it's gonna go. So first off, RLCS stands for Rocket League Champion Series, Mason. All right, this is where the best of the best of the best play, and so it's divided into 4 categories, right? You have the fall major, the winter major, and the spring major, and then you have worlds, right? Now each one has 3 different tournaments before the actual major that gets you into each major, and then by the end of the major determines how your placement in it determines if you get into worlds or not, right? So worlds is a big fucking deal, but it's never in the US because they always do they do some majors in the US, and then like this year they announced that they have 2 majors in the US, and me and Grant are actually going to go to the spring one in July for our first ever major, which we are super excited about. At least I am. I'm not sure if Grant is.
Spring in July.
Now let me explain why.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hang on. So the reason it's called spring, winter, and fall and all that is even though the major is not in the spring, you know, the 3 tournaments that they have before it that gets you into that major are in the spring. And then they give like a month before after the invitational, and then it becomes the major. So by that point, it's already done with spring. So it's that kind of concept. And so this one was pretty big. There was a lot of different like not like records being broken, but there's a lot of things that haven't happened before that happened like this time that were basically considered records. And then also they issued in today the new era of Rocket League and got rid of the old one because 2 huge names in Rocket League retired today. We had Turbo Pulsa and Torrent, right? And now Turbo Pulsa, before the grand final, was the only person to win 2 LANs. The only Rocket League player to win 2 LANs.
Damn.
And so it was a pretty big deal. And then today, Vatira just became the second person, and Turbo Pulsa greeted the winners with like their medals and shit. So that was a really special moment. But let's just talk about all the things that made it monumental today, right? So, first off, we had the greatest underdog story I've ever seen in RLCS history, and I'm going to talk about it. Like, I'm going to make a video about it. because like even though it was only for like one series, it was still so incredibly good. So the game was the first round of the major, and we had Team Secret versus Crew Esports, right? Two South American teams. They've only played each other in RCLS once, and Team Secret won, but they've scrimmed a bunch of times, and Team Secret was just one more, you know?
Yeah.
And so they did a poll in chat, which at that point there was 52,000 people in it, and they had the commentators also say what they think who was gonna win, right? All four commentators said Team Secret, and 90% of chat said Team Secret was gonna win, meaning only 4,000 people believed that that Crew Esports was gonna win.
Damn.
That's really bad. And so the first two games goes expected. I think Crew scored 1 goal in the first game, none in the second, and they were just getting demolished. And out of nowhere, there's this huge momentum shift where Crew wins the first game. The next game they get 4 goals ahead, and then on the final third game, it goes into OT and Crew wins. And it was like everyone was just so it was basically one of those things. I was doing a watch party where everyone wanted them to win after they got that momentum change, because it was a great underdog story, right? And
Everyone loves a good underdog story.
and what makes it so
You seem like a guy who likes to be underdogs.
wow.
What?
And what makes it so like monumental for that game was not only that it was a great underdog story, but it was actually the first South American reverse sweep in all RLCS history. Which a reverse sweep is when you've lost all games, but then right before or when it's match point, you come back and win all of them. And so the first round is basically the best of 5, but then after that, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and grand final are all best of 7. So they won the best of 5 and moved on to round 2, which is the quarterfinals. Now, eventually, unfortunately, they lost, but still, that first round was that was the first game of the entire. That was the first game of the entire tournament, and so that was when that came in, it was okay, this is gonna be a really good tournament if we've already broke a record for RLCS history on the first game, right? And so after that was Gen G and who did they play? Oh, Falcons or Team Falcons or whatever. And man, that was a really good game. Gen G is who I had winning that whole tournament, right? They're really, really popular. And the Falcons were just fucking killing it, and they eventually lost, in the 7th or in the 5th round. But man, they had some of the best plays in the entire tournament, and so that also seemed like a really, really good game. Then the rest of the days was there was really good games. Some of them were got out round 3, so it didn't there was nothing really to report on that. But then came out today, right? Where you had 2 quarterfinals, 2 quarterfinals games, 2 semi games, and then 1 grand final. And Gen G played. Everyone was expecting them to win, right? And they end up losing, which was really heartbreaking because they lost to FaZe Clan. And FaZe Clan has this reputation of being considered or being called fourth clan, because every RLCS thing that they're playing in, they always end up in the top 4 but never make it out of the semifinals. They always get eliminated in the semifinals, so they always get called fourth clan, right? Also, I should also mention the day before, I also had Oxygen going to the grand finals, and they got out first round, so that was kind of because they have a really good team. But anyway, so yeah, fourth clan end up winning the quarterfinals, going to the semifinals. So now they're this is the chance where either they get called fourth clan again or they break the curse, right? And then who is it next? You had some other games that were really good. I'm trying to remember. K Corp was the one that was really good. So they've always had an EU team go into the grand finals in like in every LAN. So that wasn't that was not unexpected that they would go, because they were also the #1 seed, but so was FaZe Clan, right? So FaZe Clan beat Complexity to get into the grand finals. So now you had, for another monumentous moment, 2 #1 seeds in their region going against the grand final, which has never happened before. And then also an EU team has never won an NA LAN before. And K Corp, which is the NA or the EU team, beat FaZe Clan, and so that also was another monumentous event. So it was just a huge RLCS record-breaking major. So I'm excited for the next one, because we also have like some really good teams coming in. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Grant doesn't. I had to basically convince Grant. Like, I was talking to him yesterday. I'm like, okay, Grant, I have an idea. And I'm like, he's like, what? I'm like, okay. So the next, like, the spring majors are in Boston. He goes, no, instantly. And I'm like, listen. And I eventually convinced him into it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When you called me,
Yeah.
my family, we celebrated all of our Easters on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you called me. I was on the toilet and I was plastered.
you didn't tell me you were drunk.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
You know, I didn't need to tell you that. I'm telling you now.
Okay.
So I wasn't in the best headspace.
But you've already agreed now, so there's no backing out.
That is true.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I said I was going to pay for your ticket.
That is a major factor.
Yeah, I'll pay for your ticket, but we'll share the cost for the Airbnb or hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only $85 per ticket, so it's not bad. But yeah, no, that'll be fun, because this is also like, this is the first East Coast major that they've had in the NA as for the spring one, so that'll be good.
Very historical.
There's just been a lot of shit that's happened for this major, and I'm so excited because I have a bunch of other streamer friends that are gonna be going, and so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So that was kind of the whole RLCS bit. Anyone else got something to talk about?
Now that took under 10 minutes. God damn.
I kind of sped run that shit. I didn't mean to.
How was you guys' Easters?
I coded all day, and now I'm doing this.
Mason?
I hung out shirtless with my family.
Nice. Although my
'Cause
roommate,
my family knows they can't exist in my dwelling without me being shirtless. It's just a
Nice.
fact they have to deal with.
Now my roommate isn't back yet from his break. He left on Wednesday, and so I'm not sure if he comes back tonight or tomorrow. Yeah. So that was like kind of a peaceful day.
Ooh,
That was
nice.
nice.
Mhm.
Kind of wild that he left on Wednesday.
Well, actually,
he's
I
still at
found out
school.
I found out his birthday was on Friday,
Oh.
so he left then. But also, he also had to fly, like, because he's from
Oh,
South
yeah.
Carolina, and also he's a business major, so he probably could just do the rest of them online.
Ew, South Carolina.
I would have driven like a real man.
Like a
Like a
real boy.
Like a true Midwestern.
Well-
I would have driven the
Dude,
But here's
true.
the thing, right? He doesn't have a car on campus, so
fuck.
yeah. We're freshmen, bro. Like,
I mean, I have a car.
you're a sophomore, and you don't live on campus.
Go fuck yours. Tell you what. Somebody needs to take these Reese's eggs away from me, dude.
The car my brother took to college was the biggest piece of shit I had ever seen.
Besides yours right now?
Dude, my car is fucking ballin'.
I don't know. You told us about all the problems that's been in it.
It's having like more like the comfort issues. Not necessarily like the car runs fine.
Yeah.
But
Well-
obviously, when it was in the middle of winter, I needed goddamn heat in my car.
No, I I saw a car one time, like in the back seat. The only spot that actually had a floorboard was the direct middle one, and the rest there were just holes.
Oh
Seriously,
my God.
My brother threw $800 at this dude for a car that barely fucking worked, and it got him through damn near all of his college time.
Yep. Oh, maybe another thing I should talk about. The pain that came with this new mic. This
I
shit,
noticed that almost right away.
this shit was annoying, bro.
You sound so different.
Yep. Well, here's the thing, right? So I bought this mic with the sponsorship money I got from Raid Shadow Legends, right? And so it took like a month, but then it finally came in, and I was like, sweet, I'll set it up. And then I was like, shit, it won't plug into my PC. I don't have the right cable for it. So I ordered a new cable that plugged into my PC. But then I realized when you plug it in, it doesn't have the 48 volts that you need to use the cloud lifter, which boosts the audio. Yeah, the gain, I mean. So it sounded very quiet. So I was like, shit. Now I have to buy the Go XLR now instead of getting it in May. So I had to wait for that to come in. And there was problems with that at first, but then thank God FedEx fixed it, because FedEx Twitter, thank you. Love you. And so that was like, oh, finally everything is in, and I'm like, man, this takes up a lot of my desk, but whatever. And so I go to set up everything, and it's like, all right, finally got everything done. I put it into OBS, and I can only find for my mic the broadcast mix, which takes all of the 4 audios that I have that I want to keep separate into one.
Oh.
So basically my mic is loud, but everything else is so fucking quiet you can't hear it. And I'm like, no, I don't want this. I want them separate. And so I finally figured out that you need a chat mic, right? You turn on chat mic and it's good. Everything's back to normal. Turn off my PC. Find out all my fucking settings I spent 2 hours doing didn't save. So now I gotta spend another 2 hours redoing it. I was pissed. I was so fucking done. I was like, why did I even buy this mic at this point? But no, now it's fine. Now it's better. The only problem I have with it is that you can still hear my clicking when I'm talking. Like, if I start talking right now, can you guys hear the clicking? You know?
Barely.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like loud, but like you can still hear it a little bit. There's nothing I can do about it. It's only when I'm talking, though. So, yeah. And then I gave Grant my old mic, so how do you like it, Grant?
Fantastic.
Cool.
Meanwhile, he sounds absolutely the same.
Oh yeah, he sounds the exact same, he's just cutting out less.
Like, every time I've switched headsets, I have been told that there has been a vast difference in my sound quality. Well, but Grant's over here just being immune.
Well, here's the thing, right? the only difference is that, like, he cuts out less, because, like, the quality's better. And also, but it's the same USB mic. It's a USB mic, so it's like it's gonna sound practically the same. You are using a headset, so they're gonna sound a bit different.
Well, yeah, I'm not expecting me to have some top tier fucking quality here.
This shit's like the best of the best, you know?
Here's the thing.
Because honestly, I think I would get frustrated having like, because I used to play some games on Zane's computer when he used to have a giant arm mic.
Yeah, boom arm.
And yep. I cannot sit in front of those things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really?
Like from the few times that you've shown me your angle of how you're looking at your setup, I couldn't do it. I mean, having that thing in front of me the whole time, it would just bother me.
Well, this one the way I have this set up now is completely different. It's so much better. Because the old way it was it leaned back a bit and then leaned down, so it'd cover my chat. But this one, I have it like straight up and then down, so it's right in the middle of my second monitor, where I don't really have anything important that I need to be shown, because my chats are on both sides of my computer, so I can see both those perfectly fine. So this isn't much of a problem.
Bumping it constantly, and I know people would get upset.
No, I don't bump it, because, like, here's the thing, it's like right up to here. Like that's where the bottom of it is, like where I have my mouse and keyboard and shit, so it is like not in the way at all. It's like I'm not like I'm throwing my hands up and shit.
Yeah, I know, but like that's like it just that in that exact spot is where I wouldn't want it.
The only problem I have with this mic is I feel like I'm breathing straight down into the mic. But I don't know.
See,
It's almost like that's what
ASMR.
microphones are for.
No, I mean like my breath is like coming through, I feel like, but I don't think it is. So
No.
yeah, it's fine. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
I prefer this over a headset mic any day. Because like I feel like with headset mics, you know, it's just I don't like how it sounds first off, and I also just don't like having it where I have to flip it down every time. And I like to just like put on my headphones and
I don't know.
True.
I like that. I like the part of flipping it up because that way I'm always 100% confident I'm muted.
you know how I know I can. This one's always muted. Because I have a button right here on my GoXLR. I can just press it.
I'm fancy. I'm Austin. I got money. I can get cool.
I don't
things.
have money. I do sponsored streams to get this.
Yeah, you spent the money that you had on cool things.
Fair enough.
Which respect.
To be fair,
I
got this mic.
understand.
This mic is great because I can mute it by tapping the mic.
Yep.
And so like the lights turn off when it's muted.
That's why I like it. That's why I liked it. I mean, but I got rid of it because I didn't.
Although I
need it
will
anymore.
say, because like I'm pretty sure everyone hears me every time I mute my mic. Like,
Oh yeah, we hear that.
yeah, that's me putting it up.
Hear that. All right.
Oh, I heard you beep.
Yeah, I have a sensor button. I can press it and it plays a beep and mutes my mic.
You
Wait,
can't hear
do
me
it-
much.
do it
You can
again.
hear me mute, can you?
Click it.
I
We
did.
we didn't hear it.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Well, here's the thing,
I'm
right?
never gonna-
You can hear it sometimes if you tap it hard enough. If you tap it hard enough, you can. But
Yeah, if you're just like
Yeah.
Bad mic. Bad girl.
please don't treat my old mic like that.
We had a very personal moment. She's not yours anymore, mate.
I miss my old mic.
She's mine now.
I gave it to the
Your
wrong person.
princess isn't in our castle now.
Peaches,
Yikes.
peaches, 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 peaches.
Dude, then did you see the fucking outfit he
Yes.
wore to the red
Yes.
carpet? Oh my god, the drip!
Yes.
Jack Black is a fucking king.
Ain't
Jack
nobody
Black is, like,
could
the
rock
best.
that shit like Jack
He-
Black.
he's really just. He's the memes of all memes. Everyone loves him.
Dude,
Here's my only problem with Jack
Guaranteed?
Black.
guaranteed the marketing team was like, alright guys, what's the plan? And someone in the room stood up and said, we're not doing shit. Someone tell Jack Black he's in charge and we're all going home. And
Yeah.
it fucking worked perfectly.
Pretty much.
I have one problem with Jack Black,
What's that?
and that is that if he is not like on screen, like if he's doing a voice work, I only hear Poe.
That's fair. That's fair. Understand.
I don't know. I don't hear Poe with Bowser.
But Grant, what if I gave you this?
I'd come.
I have no idea what you guys are looking at, and I don't think I want to know.
No, it's actually great.
I'm gonna look it up on my phone because I'm not showing the
Yeah.
podcast.
It's not bad or anything. It's
Holy
just
shit! You guys have sent
Sing
20,
Bowser.
you guys have sent 33 messages while doing this. Holy shit! What are you
Shire,
guys doing?
Shire told us to stop, so I couldn't stop.
Oh my
I had to
god!
keep going.
Oh man! This
Shire
is-
when he wants us to stop sending messages.
That's that.
Austin when he's talking about his mic troubles.
If he
Yeah,
had, if he had the brain cells to understand it, this would also still be relevant.
No, Mason, you should have seen the shit that Grant posted on my on Twitter earlier. Right.
Oh no.
I
Grant's on
posted
Twitter.
I posted the other day, right? Talking about how many problems this shit was causing me. I was like, can I just catch a fucking break? And I shit you not, an hour before recording this, he just goes, "Baby won his bottle," and sent like the fucking emoji. I was like, you dick. Such an asshole. I get it's not like an important problem, but like it was still fucking annoying because I spent like at least 5 hours, if not more, trying to set this shit up, and it was just causing more and more problems. I was like, it was really like the epitome of a money pit. Like, this is all it was. It was just so annoying. But all's good in the world now.
How Austin expects us to be when he talks about his mic.
Why must you keep? Shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch. I'm not showing you guys this on the podcast. I'm sorry.
No, you should
Their
show him.
shenanigans are too much.
No, you should show him.
No, there's too much there. There's too much.
We'll just show him the last thing. That way they
Me
have
and
context.
Austin rolling up to beat up Grant.
It would take both of you to
Stop
beat me
making
up.
these references about the memes. People aren't gonna understand them.
But wait, look at that one. That was actually like a funny like
Oh my god.
background thing. Like fucking, why does my brain keep forgetting words? I blame
Is that
Shire.
Mike and Harvey? Oh yeah. that is.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
just fucking Prince. All serious and then turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I love them.
Ugh.
Honestly, I'm really sad Shire isn't here because I wanted to talk about like family dynamics.
What?
And like the difference between our 4 family dynamics.
Oh,
We can still talk about our 3 ones.
Well, yeah, but I mean like you're an only child.
Yeah.
I'm
Shire-
a youngest.
Shire's not an only child. He has a brother.
Yeah, but he's the oldest.
True.
So I'm the youngest, he's the oldest, you're an only child. Mason, do you have siblings?
Yes, he does. Yes,
Is
he does.
Is he the middle?
He has a lot.
I have 6 older siblings. I am the youngest.
So you're also a youngest.
Yes.
Okay. And I wish Shire was here to get his perspective as an oldest.
But he's also like in 8th grade, so he's not gonna really know too much.
Well, I know. How old, like, how much older is Shire than his, I guess, think a brother?
He always, like, when he first started talking, like, to us, like, a year ago, he always called him his baby brother, so probably pretty young.
Baby brother, probably like
Probably, like,
5 or 6, maybe.
probably younger than that.
Really?
I think, like, probably, like, 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, so for Austin, as an only child, you're kind of like a youngest.
I'm the youngest, the oldest, in the middle. I am the one who has all the responsibility, who has no responsibility, and the one who they always forget.
Yeah.
And then I get called my dog a lot, so that's always fun.
Hey, my own mother
Mhm.
cannot tell the difference between me and my brother and my dad apart without looking at us.
Okay, but
Genuinely,
okay.
though, it's astonishing how fucking like how much control the genetics take over.
Yeah.
Cause like me and my brother, born fucking 5 years apart, we could pass for identical twins.
Oh yeah.
You know what's crazy? My mom always says, she always calls me Iris, a fucking 20-pound Boston Terrier. I feel very loved in my family.
You just got that dog in you, man.
Yeah. I got that sleepy dog, bro.
That's how you know you got that dog in you.
Mhm.
Whenever people mistake you
But
for an
to
animal.
be fair, so never mind. I'm not gonna make. I was gonna say so did the woman who just got arrested.
Yo,
Feel like just
Mason's
for-
cat is going ham in the
I'm
background.
sorry. I
What?
think my mom just got home.
Oh yeah, I hear her now.
Here, buddy. You can go get her.
Meow.
Eat up. What?
But yeah, so
Just for everybody's sake, here's a picture of me and my brother at my sister's
one?
wedding. I'm the one on the right.
Oh,
I
go
actually
ahead.
sent that to 5 and not the chat.
Oh, sick.
well, how am I
my
supposed to?
Oh
look at it?
shit.
I'm re-uploading.
Oh dude, Mason, did I ever tell you that Zane tried to reach back out to me the other day?
Oh,
I fucking ignored that shit.
yeah, good for you.
No, like I got a text from like another buddy who's like playing Siege with him, and he's like, "Yo, you should join with me and Zane." I'm like, didn't respond. I forgot I had Zane added on Siege. Still, I unadded him.
Yeah, he just got back into Siege.
Yeah, I
Dumbass.
I was like, "There's no way
Why
I'm
would you play
relapsing."
Siege?
Once I cut someone out of my life forever,
Yeah,
I'm
you-
not adding him back in.
You also just shouldn't play Siege.
Hey now,
Agreed. Rocket
Hey,
League's
now.
better.
I'm coming for Siege. Siege is not a good game anymore, and I will stand by that till the day I fucking die.
Hey.
Siege is better than it used to
It
be.
is
Better than it was.
It's better than it
still
was.
not good.
It's better than it was, and it's still the best FPS game alive right now because everything else is dead, or is just so shit. They're like it's not even
Facts.
fun. So
I don't know.
Siege may suck, but
fucking-
it's still the best FPS.
I don't know if you guys ever played Hunt Showdown. Is getting a re-hype up again.
Is that an FPS? I thought that was a third person.
No, it's an FPS.
Hmm.
Cause it's like it's similar to Tarkov.
I just don't like Tarkov.
I don't either, but like just in the sense of like the gameplay, and it's very realistic, and you have to listen for sound cues.
Hmm.
And that's one of the
Bro.
reasons that I had to stop playing it like Siege, since I'm half deaf. I can't know where the fuck that shit's coming from.
Yep.
You just got to get yourself a $200 headset like me.
That's not gonna help
True.
my ears.
It will, I promise.
He's deaf.
Because I am also like half deaf.
He is like
I had
never,
hearing aids.
I honestly, I probably need them.
Yeah, I've
I-
yelled at him before, and he's just
my
like been doing his
doctor-
own thing.
My doctor would probably tell me I should still have them, but fuck that.
Yeah,
don't go
your
to the
doctor also
doctor.
says you should have glasses as well, and you don't wear them.
That bitch costs fucking. Those bitches cost like fucking $3,000.
For glasses, I
aids?
think you're overpaying. a
No,
bit.
for fucking
Hearing aids, yeah, I
Hearing
know.
aids.
I know.
I said hearing aids.
Battery packs even fucking cost like fucking $40, and that was back in the day.
You know, Mason, I'm starting to realize why you oversleep so much. You just can't
Why?
hear that alarm.
What?
To be fair, though, I have been oversleeping quite a bit. There,
Dude, facts.
I will set my main alarm and like 5 other alarms, and I will sleep through all of them.
Wait, I'm confused. If you gave the reason, you cut out for it.
Mason,
'Cause
do you remember the early days of the
podcast?
podcast?
Oh,
Before
Bro would
Shire
literally
joined,
sleep.
when we
Yeah.
would make fun of you
Just,
every day because
That
you
was, like-
couldn't wake up.
That was like episode 10 and before.
that was like episode 10.
Yeah, that was like,
We can chart our journeys with episodes now.
yeah,
My life has become a TV show. I'm complete.
true.
2
Yo,
seasons.
Y'all remember the Sleepy Mason season? You know,
Dude, that arc, it was a rough arc for me.
yeah,
Writers did me a little dirty, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I had a redemption arc.
Y'all remember the
The
game show
writers.
arc? That's
Yeah, I
actually what it
do.
is. It's like the game show arc, then the story arc, and now we're just like the
Dude, the
fuck
game
around
show
arc.
arc was crazy.
The game show arc was fun. It just took a lot to set up, and we just didn't have
Also
the time.
corrupt as hell.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah,
was
dude.
I was a terrible judge.
It was fucking Gotham in this hell.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a fair
Wait, because that just made my brain think of the scene where the Joker has the prisoners and all the civilians in the 2 boats. And they have to that's me and Grant playing games, and Austin's the Joker.
Dude, I really was. I was like messing with your your psyche, just like, all right, how can I mess with him the most? Dude, no, before I had done the who's Austin's best friend 2, right? Before we started switching to stories, I had a plan for like the 20th episode to redo this, do that again, you know. But what I was gonna do was like have it so where it was like the exact same as the first one, you know, and being like, oh, we have like a cash prize and do all this stuff, and then still rob it from Grant, like, and then him being like, the loser has to pay the the winner.
Hell no.
No.
It was such
Glad
a
that didn't.
no. I still miss that 3rd episode that never got to air.
I was just about to say that. Like, that's like the difference between like the Justice League and then the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it was just such a good episode, and it got ruined because of the fucking recording software we were using at the time.
I like how we can just like keep referencing it, make people feel left out.
Yeah, like, so for all those that haven't, like, don't know what we're talking about or like don't understand, basically for the 3rd episode that we were doing, we were using this website, and I didn't realize that you only had 2 hours before it like caused problems, you know. And so we were doing the 3rd episode where basically I come up with a bunch of prompts, right? And the goal was to be as awful of a human being as possible. And it was the funniest episode we have ever created. I mean, when when we were doing it, all of us were laughing the entire time. It was some like fucked up shit that we were coming up with. It was so funny. And Mason's audio, because of the website, cut out almost all of it. So you would like hear maybe like a single word of every sentence he said. And it was like the entire episode, so it was like it got completely ruined. Just like, damn, that killed that episode. And then we tried to redo it with some different prompts, and it just wasn't as funny anymore, and the prompts weren't as good. And so like we had to scrap the episode, and it was so sad because it was just such a good video. Like, I still think about some of the things you said, Grant, to this day. The fucking breaking every snow globe in that guy's house just to be a dick was so fucking funny.
I think about the things Grant says on a daily basis.
Dude.
Putting like rotten meat in the air vents?
Yeah. So basically the prompt was like, your dickhead neighbor who's extremely rich goes out of town. You see robbers breaking in to his house while he's out. What do you do? And Grant was basically like, help the robbers take all the shit and then just destroy everything and make sure it's like as unlivable as possible. Don't take the money, just do it for the satisfaction. I was like, you're such an asshole.
Dude, we gotta do another episode like that. That episode
I know,
was fun
but I can't think of like any good prompt. We used all the good prompts. Like,
it just gives some time.
Just do a little bit of looking.
Yeah, I guess.
Some highlights from the burglary was putting like rotten meat in air vents, and taking like all the bedding and like couch covers, like leaving the foam that makes up the couch cushions, but like unzipping them and taking the covers off of every piece of furniture in the house.
Even like the leather couch and shit, just taking the leather.
Yeah, like
So
like cutting it off and just taking the leather, and then like going in, taking everything out of the pantry and just putting it on the floor.
Well, not like opening it up and dumping it out, just like taking boxes like cereal boxes and just putting them on the ground.
And just setting them down,
random.
just everywhere.
And my favorite part was the snow globe collection. He's like, yes, this guy had a snow globe collection, right? I take it and I just throw it on the carpet and shatter each and every one so it like soaks the carpet, and now there's just glass everywhere. And it's like, that's such an asshole thing to do.
I'm like, dude, now that we're talking though, I'm thinking about more, because now I just thought of go around and cut all the wicks off of all the candles.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yes, oh my god.
None of them bitches will ever stay lit again.
Grant is amazing at being an asshole, I will say. He's very good.
Change the time on every clock like an hour ahead. That way it's like daylight savings.
I'm pretty sure if you ever left us three alone in someone's house that wasn't our own, they would not be happy when they returned.
Let's rephrase that. That we aren't paying for. If it's like an Airbnb, if it's not an Airbnb, it's like you just left us unattended in someone's house where you don't have to pay for any damages. That's your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. Yeah, we're just gonna fuck shit up. At that point, that's like the room you have to like break shit, like that you like take your anger out. You know that shit.
Yeah.
that would be your house. That's what it would be.
No, an opportunity to fuck up somebody's life is the exact reason why I carry one of those like infinite scarves from like magician bags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put that shit in somebody's like chair. That way they can like see it when they sit down. They just like grab it and start pulling, and it's like 200 feet long. So they're just pulling for like an hour trying to get this fucking thing out. That's what I live for.
I still remember the fucking baseball one too. The baseball one was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Where you just start going around beating kids up, Grant. It's like a drunk father.
They fucking deserved it. You cannot tell me right now there's not a child alive that doesn't deserve to have his ass beat.
Oh, absolutely. I was a little shit when I was growing up. I told you about that Texas Roadhouse story with the fork, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think I told you this, Mason.
My nephew is a fucking baby, and he fucking today, I was holding him, and he grabbed my lip and tried pulling it off my face.
That's a normal baby thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has that
does
baby strength, so he was almost successful.
No, Mason, when I was when I was like 2 years old or whatever, I was a little shit. I had like that styrofoam cup, you know, full like
no.
beer drink, and we were at Texas Roadhouse. And I just grabbed my fork and I just stabbed the shit out of it. Right, flood the entire table. My dad marches me into the bathroom and beats the shit out of me, and then marches me back onto the table. I didn't touch that fork the entire time.
Like, I can't remember how many times my dad literally grabbed my arm and just drug me out of stores and restaurants. If I threw a fit, we're both sitting in the car and neither of us is getting shit.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like if I misbehaved in a restaurant, he would bring me out to the car and then drive to McDonald's and buy himself food.
Oh man, that's a good
funny.
one.
And the
That's
best
good.
part
That's
is, he probably won't admit to half of the shit.
Oh, dude.
But I will admit, that was a goated move.
That's a great fucking move. If I ever have kids, I'm gonna use that one. That's
Here's the
fucking
thing.
good.
Here's the thing, Mason. That's the difference between like your dad and my dad, right? Your dad took you and him outside to sit in the car. My dad would hit me with that fucking what character is it in AOT? The stare.
Oh,
Ye-
oh
See-
fuck.
The like blonde girl?
Annie?
No. The other one that's from the other island. That was with
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
blanking on a
shit.
second blonde chick, dude.
Yeah, dude. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name.
that
I
stare.
don't.
That stare though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the shit my dad would do.
Yeah.
And as soon as that shit came out, you knew. It was like, it's over. It's done.
See, the
You
issue with
better
that is that if my dad, like, if he tried to just scare me, he had to go out there with me, because clearly, as I am now, I had a very vivid imagination as a child. So if he were to just bring me out in the car and leave me there while he went to go eat, I would have had the fucking time of my life.
Oh yeah. Well, see.
So he knew he had to sit out there, so I was constantly thinking about what I did.
You see, here's the thing, right? When I was a kid, my parents couldn't just like lock me away, because I figured out how to unlock shit when I was very young, and I was a fucking runner.
I was a runner.
I managed. My mom literally looked away from me for not even 20 seconds. I managed to unlock the front door and bolt it to the neighbor's house, and managed to sit in their living room.
Bro got in their house.
They had their garage door open. I just walked in.
That's on them. That's on them, bro.
I was a little
Difference in neighbors though. Like my neighbors, I literally would just go in their house and eat their food and pet their dog.
Well, here's the thing. Me and my neighbors, like we're very close. Like this is some of the best neighbors I've ever had, right?
They were close
The
to my
Coomster?
parents, but I
Huh?
hated them because they were
Coomster?
excessively cared about their lawn.
Is it the coaster?
No, I'm talking about the pool party one.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
Is the
very close.
Coomster the other one?
No, they're down the street.
Fucking love the Coomster. Coomster, if you're listening, I love you. I love you with all my heart.
Anyway,
By the way, I put the most golden video you'll ever see in your life in chat.
I
Nice.
saw it. Bitches,
It's-
bitches,
the
bitches,
greatest
bitches,
thing ever.
bitches.
but anyway, no. Like my parents knew they
It's-
couldn't just lock me away or shit. So my dad had this tactic, right, where he'd get a belt out and just beat the fuck out of me. It's like
You know
spank
what?
me and shit. Like it was a fucking, it was brutal.
You know what? Brutal, ruthless, but effective.
Yeah, literally. I was a little shit. I got beat so many. It was probably not till like I was 6 until I finally stopped getting beat. Because
Yeah,
at that
my
point it
dad
stopped having an
liked to
effect
play
on me.
mind games more than he did physical.
That's
He
good.
loved to fuck. No,
No,
That is
like,
good.
fuck with me, man.
no, like that's smart, bro. Because
Good
like
parenting.
Good parenting, yes, but it fucked with me, man.
That's why it was good parenting.
see, my dad was more of the physical type. Me, I'm more of the psychological torture type. You know.
Oh
I'm-
yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna do.
I'm the type of guy who will like. Actually, no. The only time my parents ever had something psychological, like kind of torture, was they grounded me for like 2 days, like no electronics or anything like that. And literally, the only thing I had to read was a single comic book. And they like just go read something. For 2 days straight, all I could read was a single comic book. That was like 5 pages.
Better have been a good one at least.
It wasn't.
Should have
It
grabbed
wasn't.
you should have grabbed like an I Spy book, man.
Dude, it wasn't like they just took me to the library or something like that. It was like, what you have in your room? And I was young at that time, so I didn't have shit.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
No.
That was
For
brutal.
me, when I was a kid, spanking me never worked,
Mhm.
right? Because for me, it was one of those things where I was like, man, I did something I wasn't supposed to, but I really liked it. I get spanked a couple of times, and it's like, oh, perfect. I mean, if I can just do it and just get spanked a couple of times, that's awesome.
Yeah, like it sucks, but like if that's all I have to do to get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. So my parents figured out that didn't work. And then because I have ADHD, I physically, like emotionally, I cannot miss things. So if they tried to take anything away from me, it didn't really have any effect on me because I would just do something else. Like I was never like super, they could never take away enough stuff.
I
Yeah.
was definitely attached to my Megazord.
No, I had an indomitable imagination and ADHD to boot. So there was not a moment I could not be entertained by myself.
Honestly,
some
I
capacity.
don't think I developed my ADD until way later in life.
Oh yeah.
Because
Same.
I don't think there is no signs that I had it as a kid. Yeah, I was very creative, but that's like it.
No, I like the thing, like I do not miss people. Like
Yeah.
I could literally not see you for years and see you and pick right back up and like not think about you for years.
That was
And then
that was
pick
literally
right
my
back up
senior
like
year.
nothing. Yeah, pick back up like I like literally never missed a day. Because I do not have, I don't know, the emotional maturity to like miss anyone or anything. So my parents couldn't take anything away from me that would be, a worthwhile punishment.
No.
But there was one thing that my parents could use against me.
Oh no. Your
And
brother?
that is my incalculable laziness. And so what they would do is if I was in trouble, because they couldn't spank me and they couldn't like ground me from things, so they would just make me work.
The children yearn for the mind.
Off to the mines. You're done.
No, my dad was the type of guy to be like, all right, you want to fuck around? Go to the backyard, unstack one of the stacks, and then restack it, motherfucker. A firewood, by the way. So when I was like 12, even younger than that, honestly, I started working with firewood when I was like 4. So any like if I was in school, I was stacking firewood.
Yeah.
So at any given point of my childhood where punishment was something that could actually be leveraged against me, my father just put me to work like a slave.
Your dad still does that, but it's not as punishment anymore. It's like, hey, you're back home? Great. Stack firewood.
Dude, I shit you not, I just went home for Easter. I had not talked to him more than 5 minutes, and he was like, "Oh yeah, by tomorrow you gotta wake up tomorrow you gotta wake up at 9. You need to help us carry you need to help us carry this hot tub."
By the
was
way,
like,
we're
I'm-
doing hot tub stream.
Hot tub stream.
Let's fucking
You
go.
better believe it.
Yeah. People
There's
have
all-
been asking for it.
And there's a view of a lake right behind the hot tub, so you can look at a pretty lake.
The only problem is I gotta think about how we're gonna set it up, Because we can't just
There's
use
a
my
table.
phone. True,
There's a
but I need to
table.
figure out what all equipment I need to bring and stuff,
Just bring your computer.
I can't bring my entire fucking computer.
You can bring your entire computer.
That is so much shit.
You can bring your whole computer.
Anyway, no, Grant, when you were like talking about how you don't miss anyone, we were just having this conversation on the ride back up to Purdue, right, Mason? And we're like, yeah, my senior year, I was like, Grant wasn't around. Didn't really have a whole lot of friends in like high school or whatever, so like it was just very boring. It's like, man, I really fucking miss Grant right now. And then at that same time, Grant was like, man, this Chick-fil-A sandwich just slaps.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I told him at any given moment, if he was like missing me, I was probably thinking about food.
Yeah, like
Fair
I-
bet.
it was so funny because like I saw Grant 4 times last year, like when I was in my senior year, right?
It was
Just when he-
great.
Yeah.
I just turned up, ate
I-
some
Just
food.
Turned up.
When he came back into town, best week of my life. I was so fucking happy, right? He left. I was like, damn, this sucks. But he finally comes back for the summer. And we're just like, hey, what's up? And he goes, yeah, I did not
Yeah, I'm
miss
like,
you
wait
at
a
all.
minute, because
I was like, oh,
didn't I start
cool.
hanging out with you again during that time?
Yep.
Because I didn't even know who Grant was until one day he hopped into the stream, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah. You were my Grant fill-in for a bit, and then now you're like now you're my other best friend. You know.
I was
Oh
the
my
poor
God.
replacement, but I was too shitty. He can't get rid of me.
I'm gonna be dead ass with you. You were my Grant fill-in during that time, and I'm so happy you were because you're now my best friend besides Grant. You know.
Austin's senior year was a lot like the Willem Dafoe meme, where it's like the one where he's in like the beanie and like on the dock, and then one where he's like in the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Austin was the guy in the lighthouse, was the Willem Dafoe in the lighthouse, and I was Willem Dafoe like in the beanie on the port.
Yeah, like he was all happy and dandy, and I was just like, every day is suffering. Just every day is another reason I don't want to wake up.
It's fantastic.
No. And then now I'm up at Purdue, and I'm like, hey, I'm so happy here, but also fuck every class. I'm not happy.
At least you go to your classes.
Actually, I have to, otherwise I get an F. All my classes are just like, hey, you missed 4 days of class, and your grade drops to a 70, and it drops 5% every other class you miss. You shitting me? You have a 7:30 class. You think people aren't gonna be missing that shit?
True.
God damn. Like, no, I here's the thing, right? That professor, she's nice. She's really nice.
Is she though?
She's very nice. She's a kind person.
Is she though?
Just not the most aware of the timing.
Mm.
You know? But she honestly, she does care. She's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get assigned due dates because, you know, I understand you guys have other classes. I was like, okay, that's sick. And then now it's caused this huge procrastination problem where I haven't done any work in that class hardly. And so now I have to do it all during dead week, which is kind of below.
Yep.
Oh man.
It do be the way it is.
Yep. Also, she has not been the most we have an exam for that class, but we don't know if we actually have it or not because she has not told us. Like, there's an exam listed, but we don't know if it's actually for our class, and she hasn't said a word about it.
Oh my god, I found actual proof of what Grant is doing
she
whenever Austin is missing him.
We did ask her, Grant, and she was like, kind of like, what? I don't know. Well, I'll see about it, and then never responded to us. What'd you say?
I actually found a gift with a guy wearing a Purdue sweatshirt.
That is literally Grant.
I also found this.
Purdue Pete.
Yes.
The fucking Boilermaker special making his way downtown.
Yep.
And the third one.
Yep.
Absolute vibing.
No, Purdue Pete's great, dude.
And I'm proud to be a Boilermaker.
Of the very short amount of gifts, he looks great.
Oh, dude, no. Here's the thing. I love Purdue. The only thing I don't like is the fucking Boilermaker special. That shit pisses me off beyond belief. Because these assholes, doesn't matter what time of day it is, will drive by honking their horn every 15 minutes. And there was one day I started streaming, 3 p.m. The person driving it was like it was the smaller one, right? So they wanted to come get someone at my dorm. So instead of texting them, you know what they did? They parked on the sidewalk right out front of my fucking window and honked their horn every 10 seconds.
Lol.
And when they didn't get a response, they kept doing it over and over again until I walked out on the middle of the stream and I go, what the fuck are you doing? She goes, I'm trying to alert someone. Then call them, bitch. People are trying to fucking do homework or record or do something. Mind your fucking business.
I'm like, hold up. I'm taking it as Purdue has apparently what I'm assuming is a very good basketball team. Because goddamn, there's a lot of basketball gifts.
Yeah, we are really good, but we fucking choke any important game.
You know,
we've literally this season we went like 24-5, and we lost to our rivals IU twice.
And we got out first round during the NCAA bracket.
We were a number one seed. We were the number one seed, and we got out fucking first round.
I was rooting for you guys until if you look up Purdue in the Discord gifts, there's a bunch of females doing random fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
Mason,
what are these?
Mason, after he sees how many women are on Purdue.
It's it's just like, why are they making these weird ass fucking poses and doing weird like what is it for?
Mason.
They're GIFs, man.
It's GIFs.
Listen, I don't want to say there's a correlation
But they're
between
clearly
women
cut
being
from
good at driving.
something.
Listen, if you look at crash statistics over the years, the more women that drive, the more crashes there are. Now, I'm not saying women are bad drivers. I'm just saying that there is a correlation between the number of women driving and the number of crashes worldwide.
I would just like to say I'm not going to verify whether or not I agree with Grant.
Oh shit, nasty.
But when I was on my second drive up to Purdue, like back home or whatever, coming back from home, I was driving with my female friends, right? And she just got so interested in like talking or whatever and listening to music or whatever, she missed a giant turn that would have like she was going to a completely different state, and she just missed the turn and just kept driving. I'm like, I think we just passed. She looks at the phone. She goes, "Oh yeah, where's the place to turn around at?" I'm like, "Why am I in the passenger seat? Get me out of here!"
Austin, why does this mic smell like sweet tarts?
What?
Why does this microphone smell like sweet tarts?
To be fair, I used to eat a lot of candy at my desk.
I have a question.
It's
Who's your guys' rival college?
IU.
So that's why the IU sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Indiana University bullshit. Business majors, all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Little bastards.
Let's see if they got any fucking. Let's see if they got any.
Oh no, Mason.
All
You
right,
wanna
so
know
they're
something?
already making fun of themselves.
Mason, you want to know something even funnier about about Purdue? We have a model rocket, right? That was like meant to be like an actual like warhead, you know, but it's like we took all the components out of it and we angled it at a place. So if you launch it, all right, if we put all the compartments back in it, you know, and we actually launch it from the exact position it's at, it will land on ISU's football field. ISU is another rival college that we have, and it will land right on their football field if we were to actually launch it.
Bro, I was looking up gifts and they win. They beat you guys. They have gifts straight up flexing on you. Basketball score victory.
Dude,
fucking just straight up making fun of you.
One of the other things that I saw from IU that made me like just laugh so hard was like the self burn, but also thought they thought they were so smart by this. Was an IU fan, and she was a hot girl. She goes, "All the hot girls at IU, because all the smart ones are at Purdue." And it was an it was an IU girl. And I'm just like laughing. I'm like, you didn't think that one through, did you? But that is actually really true.
Austin, after reading that,
I was like, man, this bitch is stupid. Stop with the suits gifts, bro. Gotta stop with them. You guys have sent like over like probably 70 messages by now in this fucking chat. Chill out.
And I will not stop with Lewis Double Dick.
I love all the fucking like innuendos that Lewis has that he doesn't even realize.
He doesn't know he's doing it half the time. It's great.
I love the Donna, will you touch my wood?
Donna, touch
and
my
then
wood.
the one time that he was being directly obscure about it, Harvey was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I love the fucking tomato joke one. Oh my god, Grant, you haven't gotten to that yet, but Harvey convinces Lewis to jerk off to tomatoes.
Okay.
As he's about to go into his examination shit. You know, it's like, he's about to go in to see if he's like, if his sperm count is low or whatever, right? And he goes like, Harvey, what do you do? He goes, well, I'll tell you this, I actually like, I look at tomatoes, you know, I get, yeah, you know? He's okay. He's like, what about you? He goes, I think I know. He goes up to the, he goes, do you have a today's thing of the Wall Street Journal? And she goes, what? No. And she goes, come on, you gotta have something. He goes, I have this newspaper that'll work. He starts reading through. He goes, prices are up this much. Oh, mama, and then walks away back to the room. Grabs the gun.
Like he has so much fucking
So
like
good.
he has so much shit to work through at therapy, but he is truly living his best life.
He is so fucking funny. I love him so much. Lewis is one of the best characters of all time.
Lewis is my spirit animal.
Yeah, I think he's everyone's spirit animal. Honestly.
He should be.
What timestamp are we at?
Should be
59
like
minutes.
right at, yeah,
Yeah.
like should be right at the end because I remembered I was like, all right, Mason, what time do we start about? It was 7:50 or 7:48. So I was like, all right, so it should be
Yeah.
around 7:45.
Yep.
Good to
So
know
we
my
should
math
probably
is
go
right.
ahead and wrap this up pretty soon. I know Grant wants to order his pizza. And I
It's
want
too
to
late
eat.
now.
What do you mean it's too late?
It's not gonna get here in time. I'm too hungry.
I'm really hungry too. I just don't know what. Everything's closed.
Peaches, peaches, peaches,
Not-
peaches.
Not my bitch ex-wife's legs.
And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end. Thank y'all so much for listening to this fucking podcast. I don't even know what episode we're on at this point. This has been a shit show. I just realized I forgot to edit the last one yet, so
Woo!
fuck me.
Austin has things to do.